Shall I, Mataji, Rohini Mataji?
Yes, yes. Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Rohini Mataji.
Yes, yes, Prabhu. Mataji said you can go ahead.
Oh. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mahabhutani Ahankaro Buddhir Avyaktam Eva Cha Indriyani Dasa Aikam Cha Panchendriya Yoga Raha Yocha Raha Ichha Dvesha Sukham Dukkham Sanghat Chetana Dhritihi etat khetram samasena sa vikaram udahritam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. The five great elements, false ego, intelligence, the unmanifested, the 10 senses, and the mind, the five senses, object, desire, hatred, happiness, distress, and aggregate, the life symptoms and conviction, all these are considered in summary to be the field of activities and its interaction purport. From all the authoritative statements of the great sages, the Vedic hymns, and the aphorism of the Vedanta Sutra, the component of this world can be understood as follows. First, there are earth, water, fire, and air, and ether. These are the five great elements. Mahabhuta. Then there are false ego, intelligence, and the unmanifested stage of the three modes of nature. Then there are five senses for acquiring knowledge: the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. The five working senses: voice, leg, hands, anus, and genital. Then above the senses there is the mind, which is within and which can be called the sense within. Therefore, including the mind, there are 11 senses altogether. Then there are the five objects of the senses: smell, taste, form, touch, and sound. Now, the aggregate of these 24 elements is called the field of activities. If one makes an analytical study of this 24 subject, then he can very well understand the field of activities. Then there are desire, hatred, happiness, distress, which are interaction representation of the five great elements in the gross body. The living symptoms represented by consciousness and conviction, and the manifestation of the subtle body, mind, ego, and intelligence. These subtle elements are included within the field of activities. The five great elements are a gross representation of the false ego, which in turn represents the primal stage of false ego, technically called the materialistic conception or tamasa buddhi, intelligence in ignorance. This further represents the unmanifested stage of the three modes of material nature. The unmanifested mode of material nature are called pradhana. One who desires to know the 24 elements in detail, along with their interaction, should study the philosophy in more detail in Bhagavad Gita. A summary only is given. The body is the representation of all these factors, and there are changes of the body, which are 6 in number. The body is born, grown, stray, it produces byproduct, then it began to decay. And at the last stage, it vanquishes. Therefore, the field is a non-permanent material thing. However, the Kshetrajna, the knower of the field, is its proprietor is different. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So this particular shlokas is telling about the Panchabhuta, the five elements by which the gross body is made up of, and the subtle element, that is your intelligence, mind, and false ego, and your working senses. Then ultimately, all this together, how it is performing the activity by which some amount of the karma which is being produced. So, how to know this body within? So, our sadhana will come to know, what do you say? As we do the sadhana, automatically the senses get purified, so that our working senses will only listen to what our purified mind says. So, our interaction with a materialistic manifestation will change from, if it is in Rajo and Tamoguna, to the Sattva Guna, because our mind is getting under our control. So simultaneously we'll be first knowing our body within and what we are made up of. So in that way the journey begins. So I just wanted the devotee volunteers to see, like, what are these, they can just name it, the five elements by which we are made up of.
Earth, water. Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. Only Rapo Analo Vayu come. The Ashloka is there, na Mataji. Earth, fire, ether, water, five things, Panchabhutas.
Air, ether, water.
Earth, fire.
Air, ether, water, fire. Yes.
Mind, false ego, intelligence.
No,
Mano,
no,
buddhi,
no. You have
revacha.
not completed. You have not completed Panchabhuta yet.
Fire, air, ether, water.
Earth.
This you have told. What is the
Earth.
last one?
Bhumi,
Earth.
Rapo Analo. Bhumi, Earth.
Yeah, Bhumi. Where is the Bhumi? You didn't tell that. Okay. Can somebody tell, how do you know, which one you label it as Bhumi? I mean, the earth, air. How to identify these elements within a human body?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, actually, this shloka is telling about the manifested thing, Prakriti, and Pradhana, unmanifested thing also. So this world is made up on the total 24 elements of the material elements. So materials element, total 24. So there are any one living being is there. So only made up on with only 24 mainly the five elements, right? The earth, water, ether, fire. There are mainly five elements.
Okay.
Topmost there are mind is there. Mind. There are six senses there. There are five working senses. There are five
Prabhu, I'm asking,
senses.
identify where, no, Prabhu, my question is, identify where this air, ether, water, fire, earth are like, which part of the body, or where you can
The
feel these
five.
five
Fire
elements.
as Jadaragni as a fire, Mataji.
Okay.
And
The
liquid
rasa is
blood,
the water. The rasanam
liquid
is the
state.
water. The blood, you are the liquidity. What you have that is water, and we have prana. What is the swasa you are taking? The vayus. There are Ida nadi, Pingala nadi is the air. and the digestive fire is the fire, and the intelligent, the mind is the known as the
No, mind. We are not
huh?
completed. Punita.
5 things Mataji asking.
Fire, Jataragni, yes, I accepted. Air is the
Hmm.
Vayu, I accepted. Next element.
Ether next month.
Where is the ether in the body?
Ether is the heart, Mataji, empty space. Huh?
Okay. Next.
Yes.
Water is the fluid you have told. Whatever the
Yes.
fluid which is there in the body is the
Fluid.
water.
Ida Nadi, Pingala Nadi, there are different kinds of, there are various vayus in our body according to, there mainly the two
Yeah,
nadis.
that is the
Sorry.
air. Okay, fine.
Ida
Yeah,
and Pingala Nadi.
the earth.
Earth is our bones. Yes.
No.
A skin or bones, mother, made of with skin or bones.
Okay, anything else?
The hair, the external objects, the hair, the bones, the skin is also represent earth element. Mainly skin also earth element.
Skin is the earth element in the body. Okay. So we are made up of these 5 elements. Done. So working elements. How the working elements are, first name the 5 working elements.
Working elements, eyes, ears, and the legs, and the genitals, anus, the nose also. We can smell it, right? Yes, nose also.
Yes, any other devotee?
Voice, leg, hands, anus, genital. Okay, voice,
Mataji,
leg,
5 senses
hands,
are
anus, and
considered
genital,
as
Mataji.
5 working senses are
sense
Smell,
objects.
taste, touch, form, and sound.
you can read from the what do you say, the puppet. Yeah, Mataji, you can share it. So hands, legs, your evacuation penis, genitalia, and the voice. These are the 5 working senses. So why it is called working senses?
With the working senses, we can know the we can accumulate the object senses like smell, taste, touch. There are different sense objects, right? With the help of the working senses only, we can able to touch with material objects, Mataji, in contact with material objects.
Okay. So my question is that which one is the one which will get purified once we are doing the devotion service, or once we are trying to know us? Is it the
Working
gross
senses
body?
only. Working senses.
So why it is important to bring them into control?
Because it is there are need to be purified, because these are the sense objects, of course, working senses, to who it is connected with mind, intelligence, and the soul. So these are the root causes, right? As we seen in the our acharyas given in the and nectar of instruction, that they eat prasadam, but because of we have 3 state lines of 3 organs, right, in the state lines. So when we eat, not only purify our taste or touch or our speech and the stomach and the genital, because these 3 organs are in the straight line, right? These 3 are need to be first purified. First, how it purified, it's given in details in the nectar of instruction, right? In third sloka or fifth sloka, I forgot sloka number. Yes,
No, I'm
it's
not asking where it is written, but why you need to purify these?
because it
And
is
what?
it is connected with the subtle body. Not only connected with gross body, it is also connected with that stula, very minute, that is what called chitta. Chitta. It's connected with the chitta also.
So your mind intelligence and false ego is mainly controlled by these working senses. So once it is under control, definitely the soul will get purified. Ultimately, your body will maintain which in a proper way, right? Yeah. Hare Krishna Mataji, even somebody else can do the screen share.
I can,
Yes,
Mataji, shall I?
yes, Mataji, please, please.
Yes, I am doing.
Yes, Mataji, who wanted to share?
Mataji Shruti, I am sharing, Mataji.
Okay, just a minute, let me make it. Sorry, today my laptop got discharged. I didn't get the charger, it's in the hospital. It's not getting started, I would have. So your sense organs, the working senses, once these are purified, automatically your subtle energies are going to be in the form of a sattva guna. So your soul is more purified and it's easy to discover the super soul who is residing within. Right? So the whole purpose of knowing the body is what we are made up of and how we interact with the materialistic manifestation in the sattva, raja, and tamoguna, and what are the end products of it, and how it is important to have a control over these working senses, thereby the false intelligence, mind, ego. So these are the ones if they are purified. So what we are watering every day by doing the japa, by reading the shastras, following the four regulative principles, these working senses are under control, isn't it? Anybody has any question or any query they can ask at this point before we move on to the next sloka? Yes? Chalo. Next one. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, may I?
Yes, yes, Mats.
Shloka 8 to 12. Amanitvam adambhitvam ahimsa kshantirarjavam acharyopasanam shaucham स्थैर्यम् आत्मविनिग्रहः इन्द्रियार्थेषु वैराग्यम् अहङ्कार एव च no yeah अनहङ्कार एव च जन्म मृत्युजरा व्याधि दुःखदोषानुदर्शनम् असक्तिरना असक्तिरनभिष्वग्यः पुत्रदाराग्रहादिषु नित्यं च समचित्तत्वम् इष्टानिष्टोपपत्तिषु मयि चान्यन्ययोगेन भक्तिरव्यभिचारिणी विविक्तदेशसेवित्वम् अर्तिर्ज्ञान संसदि अध्यात्मज्ञाननित्यत्वं तत्त्वज्ञानार्थदर्शनम् एतज्ज्ञानम् इति प्रोक्तम् अज्ञानं यद् अतोऽन्यथा. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching a bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness, self-control, renunciation of the objects of sense gratification, absence of false ego, the perception of the evil of birth, death, old age and disease, detachment, freedom from entanglement with children, wife, home, and the rest, even mindedness amid pleasant and unpleasant events, constant and unalloyed devotion to me, aspiring to live in a solitary place, detachment from the general mass of people, accepting the importance of self realization, and philosophical search for the absolute truth. All these I declare to be knowledge, and besides this, whatever there may be is ignorance. Purport. This process of knowledge is sometimes misunderstood by less intelligent men as being the interaction of the field of activity. But actually, this is the real process of knowledge. If one accepts this process, then the possibility of approaching the absolute truth exists. This is now the interaction of the 24 elements as described before. This is actually the means to get out of the entanglement of those elements. The embodied soul is entrapped by the body, which is a casing made of 24 elements, and the process of knowledge, as described here, is the means to get out of it. Of all the descriptions of the process of knowledge, the most important part is described in the first line of the 11th verse. Mai chanyanya yogena bhaktir avyabhicharini. The process of knowledge terminates in unalloyed devotional service to the Lord. So, if one does not approach or is not able to approach the transcendental service of the Lord, then the other 19 items are of no particular value. If one takes to devotional service in full Krishna consciousness, the other 19 items automatically develop within him. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 5.18.12, Asyasti Bhaktir Bhagavate Akinchana Sarvair Gunes Tatra Samasta Suraha. All the good qualities of knowledge develop in one who has attained the stage of devotional service. The principle of accepting a spiritual master, as mentioned in the 8th verse, is essential. Even for one who takes to devotional service, it is most important. Transcendental life begins when one accepts a bona fide spiritual master. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, clearly states here that the process of knowledge is the actual path. Anything speculated beyond this is nonsense. Mataji, it's a very long purport. Shall I ask someone else also if they're willing to read, or I can continue?
You can complete one more paragraph, then I think we can ask somebody.
Okay, Mataji. As for the knowledge outlined here, the items may be analyzed as follows. Humility means that one should not be anxious to have the satisfaction of being honored by others. The material conception of life makes us very eager to receive honor from others. But from the point of view of a man in perfect knowledge, one who knows that he is not this body, anything, honor or dishonor pertaining to this body is useless. One should not be hankering after this material deception. People are very anxious to be famous for their religion, and consequently, sometimes it is found that without understanding the principles of religion, one enters into some group which is not actually following religious principles and then wants to advertise himself as a religious mentor. As for actual advancement in spiritual science, one should have a test to see how far he is progressing. He can be judged by these items. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, humility is the first characteristic a devotee should adapt so that he is free from all sense, what do you say, the false pride or prestige, honor, whatever one get from their routine work. So, otherwise, they should not react to whatever it comes, good or bad. So, staying calm in a situation is the one thing which will make more dearer to the God. So, next, who is going to read?
Sanju Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna. Mataji. Non-violence is generally taken to mean not killing or destroying the body, but actually non-violence means not to put others into distress. People in general are trapped by ignorance in the material concept of life, and they perpetually suffer material pains. So unless one elevates people to spiritual knowledge, one is practicing violence. One should try his best to distribute real knowledge to the people so that they may become enlightened and leave this material entanglement. That is non-violence.
So,
Tolerance
can you
means
give
that
me
one.
some, Mataji, can you give some example of non-violence in our day-to-day life?
Mataji, no meat eating.
No, that is, no, as per this paragraph, it is not killing the or destroying the body. So, other things, the being a vegetarian, how you will have a non-violence, like your actions
True,
or
Bani Mataji.
activities. Hmm. So, how to control that?
Always remembering the Lord and chanting the holy name and describing the glories of the Lord instead of
More apt
talking about
answer,
it.
more apt answer. Anybody? Which can purify our Vani?
By
Yes.
chanting the holy name and glorifying the Lord and eating prasadam.
By serving.
Eating prasadam.
Honoring the Krishna Prasadam. Yes. Thank you. Yes, we'll move on to next. Tolerance.
Tolerance means that one should be practiced to bear insult and dishonor from others. If one is engaged in the advancement of spiritual knowledge, there will be so many insults and much dishonors from others. This is expected because material nature is so constituted. Even a boy like a Prahlad, who only 5 years old, was engaged in the cultivation of spiritual knowledge, was endangered when his father became antagonist to his devotion. The father tried to kill him in so many ways, but Prahlad tolerated him. So there may be many impediments to making advancement in spiritual knowledge, but we should be tolerant and continue our progress with determination.
So Prahlad is a perfect example for this. So how do we put it in our daily applications when we have to be tolerant? Any example? Hare Krishna.
Mm. Mataji, like in our daily life, we always have to work materially also, but we should be tolerant when someone is about criticizing you for something that uh, like that.
Somebody is criticizing means what we have. What does it mean? Actually,
Uh,
it is
like
anything about us or it is
uh,
about them.
we having like not having onion garlic and all. There are many things that we are just pretending and
Any other examples? Yes.
Mataji,
Mataji,
like
go. Hmm?
taking the ups and downs properly. Like if somebody is criticizing on something, we should not take it to the heart and just pray to the Lord that this may Lord let me pass through this situation.
Yeah. So if somebody is insulting or somebody is
Hare
hurting
Krishna.
you. Yeah.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhu. Yes.
Yes, Mata. Sorry. Actually, when somebody is doing something like against us, we think that this is we done in the previous life, it is coming now. So like that we can think, Mataji.
I mean to be tolerant. Like whenever somebody is yelling at you for no reasons, something I think we have to put this book here and something simple reason also. People will try to say, why did you put this here? Why did you have this prasadam like this? Why did you throw it here? You would have worn this clothes. For any simple thing also, we should not lose any tolerance sometimes, because anybody is losing on the self and they are trying to trouble others. It is all about them. Okay. Yes, some amount of corrections can be taken, but majority of the time purposefully out of enviousness, jealousy, non-tolerance, whatever it is, the reasons I don't know, but they try to disturb the other person. Then we have to be tolerant because we have a control over our mind and our senses. So yes, Krishna, uh, give me the tolerance to accept all these things and move ahead. So we should never try to react in certain situations. What we should do, if somebody come to a court to irritate you to the most, what you can do?
Ignoring Mataji, ignoring their words.
Then
And
they will, yeah, ignoring in the mind, but what you should, whether you should react or respond. I mean, my question is,
Respond.
so what is the difference between reaction and responding?
Reaction means So we also like uh, somebody do something like oppositely. We also say, what is this? How? Why? Then we justify that situation. So I did like this, because of this I did like this. So we are going to correcting that. I am correct. So what I have done correct, that is reaction. Okay. So respond, oh sorry, because of my mistake I have done this. Sorry. Like that respond. Reaction is I did only correct. So like that, that is the reaction. So respond, oh sorry. And maybe I did wrongly, so I can do correctly next
Not
time, like
say
that.
that way.
Something.
It's not like a confessing, but we can say, oh, I will try to correct myself from next time. I did not know that I have to do like this. That means we are not going in an offensive side with the other person. So it will solve the issue. Yeah. Next. Next paragraph.
Prasannachit Prabhu. Prasannachit Prabhu from Simplicity.
Simplicity means that without diplomacy, one should straightforward that he can disclose the real truth even to an enemy. As for acceptance of the spiritual master, that is essential because without the instructions of a bona fide spiritual master, one cannot progress in the spiritual science. One should approach the spiritual master with all humility and offer him all services so that he will be pleased to bestow his blessings upon the disciple. Because a bona fide spiritual master is a representative of Krishna. If he bestows any blessings upon his disciple, that will make the disciple immediately advanced without the disciples following the regulative principles. Or the regulative principles will be easier for one who has served the spiritual master without reservation. Cleanliness is essential for making advancement in
Prabhu,
spirit.
wait. Yeah, before we can move further, because it's a lengthy one, we'll forget what all points we have discussed. We'll go on. Simplicity, okay? Means without any diplomacy. What do you mean by diplomacy, Prabhu?
Diplomacy means they may think that I have been in that position, I need this respect or anchoring for some uh, respects Mataji. Like simplicity means we are humble, whatever we get, we are happy and we don't ask for many things and we do not request anyone to treat us better and we
Yeah, that is humbleness, Prabhu. Diplomacy, I'm asking.
that's what they think that they are big people, they want kind of respect.
No.
Like politicians, diplomats.
Diplomacy. Somebody they say, you have
Duryodhana.
to answer a question, then you have to answer in a diplomatic way. They're not asking in a humble or subdued or not in that way. Diplomatic way you have to answer. What is the diplomacy?
It is a duality or kind of like that.
Yes.
Not duality. It is a so it is a diplomacy. Say, suppose if you take examples from Bhagavad Gita only. So Lord Krishna was answering to Arjuna's question, but sometimes in a diplomacy.
Mataji, Hare Krishna. Can I answer, Mataji?
Yes.
Like we can see a present example of our Prime Minister Modi ji, like how he handled that both Iran and Israel. So we stood neutral and also at the same time with Israel when Israel was fighting with before started fighting with Iran, then Modi ji glorified that Israel. Then again, we are also in friendship with Iran. So this is diplomacy, Mataji.
Yeah. So current affairs is not much going into my mind, but I can say yes. He convinced Arjuna, you being a warrior, you being a warrior and a Sabyasachi, you should go and fight a war. So in a more convincing way and very suitable for host without any disturbing relationships, I can say. So your yeah, what you said is right, Prabhu. But without straining the relationship between an individual and individual, you are able to deliver the thought process or the whatever you wanted to say, and you're getting the work done. So that is a diplomacy, to my understanding. Hope I am clear.
Yes, yes,
Please tell
Mataji.
me.
So it is art like if you are communicating, both the people are not getting offended, so that the
Yes.
relationship becomes stronger,
Yes.
and our intention also is being clear to them.
Yes. Yes. It is clear from humbleness, na Prabhu. Hope it is clear.
Yes, Mataji.
So no, like say suppose maths is a very tough subject. If you take in a class, schooling and all. So if any student is not scoring good, the teacher has to say, "I would love to see your score a bit higher." Uh, like motivating him to do more this thing and all. I have gone through this website and this YouTube series or this particular book with answers, and it is very nice. Somewhere motivating the student to do something better. At the same time, the student should not feel offended for not understanding the subject. So somewhere the middle path by which the relationships are not strained. So that should be the thing. When we are, this is important when we are dealing the situations in our day-to-day life. So you see, especially when you are in workplace, when you are in a relationship, especially when you have to talk to a wife as well as a mother at the same time, and a boss and the colleagues. So different situations, this thing has to be applied without straining the relationship. Yeah, thank you. We'll go to next.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Cleanliness is essential for making advancement in spiritual life. There are two kinds of cleanliness, external and internal. External cleanliness means taking a bath, but for internal cleanliness, one has to think of Krishna always and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This process cleans the accumulated dust of past karma from the mind.
Yeah.
We'll
So cleanliness, what is more important, external cleanliness or internal cleanliness?
internal cleanliness.
Diplomatic question, I
Both,
think again.
both are important, Mataji.
Both are important, but more important is the internal
Internal cleanliness.
cleanliness, the clean within. Sometimes, you see the sages and all in a climatic conditions where they don't get water, they don't get food and all. Still, they'll be doing the sadhana and all because so very rare example, but more or less, internal cleanliness is important as well as the external because how people will recognize a devotee just by the appearance, right? No, how much rounds we are chanting, how much we are doing, nobody knows, isn't it? When we go into the society, by the Vaishnava attire, people recognize us, right? So for a devotee who is practicing Krishna consciousness, so both are equally important, internal as well as the external cleanliness. Next.
Yes, Mataji. Steadiness means that one should be very determined to make progress in spiritual life. Without such determination, one cannot make tangible progress. And self controlled means that one should not accept anything which is detrimental to the path of spiritual progress. One should become accustomed to this and reject anything which is against the path of spiritual progress. This is real renunciation. The senses are so strong that they are always anxious to have sense gratification. One should not cater to these demands which are not necessary. The senses should not only be gratified to keep the body fit so that one can discharge his duty in advancing in spiritual life. The most important and uncontrollable sense is the tongue. If one can control the tongue, then there is every possibility of controlling the other senses. The function of the tongue is to taste and to vibrate. Therefore, by systematic regulation, the tongue should always be engaged in tasting the remnants of foodstuffs offered to Krishna and chanting Hare Krishna. As far as the eyes are concerned, they should not be allowed to see anything but the beautiful form of Krishna that will control the eyes. Similarly, the ears should be engaged in hearing about Krishna and the nose in smelling the flowers offered to Krishna. This is the process of devotional service, and it is understood here that Bhagavad Gita is simply expounding the science of devotional service. Devotional service is the main and sole objective. Unintelligent commentators on the Bhagavad Gita try to divert the mind of the reader to other subjects, but there is no other subject in Bhagavad Gita than devotional service. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So steadiness, one short example. Anybody?
Doing whatever is favorable for Krishna consciousness and rejecting which is unfavorable for Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, of course. One example which
Mataji,
covers.
Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj.
Okay. No, about ourselves. Like how many of us are there in the class right now?
Daily 16 rounds, Mataji, without fail in Brahma Muhurta.
I think chanting is not been mentioned here, Mataji. I wanted to say about these eyes, controlling the eyes,
Controlling the senses.
your senses and all those things. How do you do that?
Oh, sorry, Mataji, I just got excited. I saw the sadhana in steadiness. Sorry.
Yes, Mataji. Sadhana is also internal cleanliness, Mataji. But steadiness, of course, you need to do 16 is minimum. Above that, anything you can do, Mataji. So what it flashed my mind is your daily what is sadhana in the form of attending the Mangalarti, having the devotee association. When you go to the temple in the morning, you get to see all this. Your eyes are trained to see the beauty of the Lord. Your ears will be listening to the Mangalarti and the what is it, the Premadhvani of the Lord, followed by your having the Krishna Prasadam, and here smelling the flowers which been
Flowers offered
offered
to
to
Krishna.
the Lord. So in one shot, in this particular activity of being regular to the temple services, this becomes a part of our life. So slowly your senses are trained to accept all these things. Okay. Hare Krishna. Next.
I'll continue, Mataji.
How many are there? False ego.
False ego means accepting this body as oneself. When one understands that he is not this body and a spirit soul, he comes to his real ego. He comes to his real ego. Ego is there. False ego is condemned, but not real ego. It is in the Vedic literature, Brahmad Aranyaka Upanishad 1.4.10, it is said, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. I am spirit, but I am spirit. This I am, the sense of self, also exists in the liberated stage of self-realization. This sense of I am is ego, but when the sense of I am is applied to this false body, it is false ego. When the sense of self is applied to reality, that is real ego. There are some philosophers who say we should give up our ego, but we cannot give up our ego because ego means identity. We out of course to give up the false identification with the body.
Hare Krishna. One example for this false ego from the Shastras and Srimad Bhagavatam.
Mataji, is it maybe we should not be proud of our positions that we are in right now, whatever it may be?
Anything
Mataji, I'm
associated
asking
with
from
the body,
Indra,
Shastra.
Mataji.
Indra Mataji, prestige,
Huh?
ego, Indra, Govardhan Leela,
Mhm. Okay.
Brahma,
Mataji,
Brahma Vimala,
Hanumanji while constructing
Uh,
Ram
Arjuna and
Setu,
Hanuman.
no. He did not have any false ego. No.
that I am the greatest devotee of Lord, that
No. That is
Hanuman
a
was
good ego.
thinking.
That is good ego, Prabhu. That is not false ego. Yes. False means you should think about the people who are good in characteristic, but some amount of
Durvasa Muni when cursing Ambrish
yes,
Maharaj.
exactly. So, what was the story?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
The false ego comes the kama, krodha, moha, lobha. Everything is comes under the false ego, Mataji.
Yeah, we are discussing about the example.
Yes,
Prabhu, now.
the kama, krodha, everything is in the under the false ego.
Yeah, but yeah, of course. But here we are discussing about the example of Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni had a which element of what all you have told, Prabhu?
Kama, krodha, moha, lobha.
Krodha.
Krodha.
No, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha. What did he had in this? I
Krodha.
mean to say.
Krodha.
Yeah, Krodha. So out of Krodha, what did he do?
Cursed
First,
Ambrish
And
Maharaj.
what
I don't
was
know.
it
He
like?
tried to
Kill him.
kill attack. I mean, he want to, and immediately he invoked some demon or something, right? To Ambrish Maharaja.
Hmm?
Yeah, Ambrish Maharaj maybe. So, at the same time, the devotee of our Lord, he was praying, oh Lord, please forgive him and save him. Whatever happening, it's only just of matter, and please forgive him. He was praying to Sudarshana Chakra, I think, right?
Yes, Prabhu. So till now, what all we have discussed in that, Durvasa Muni, he did not have that humility. Okay, thou being a great acharya, isn't it? And he was expecting an honor, right? And he lost his tolerance just because of glimpse of Ambrish Maharaj taking a water. Okay, on the Ekadashi Parana, on the day of Dwadashi, and coming to the cleanliness, he went to take a bath, and while he was coming back, he could see the glance of Ambrish Maharaj taking a sip of water. So thou, the Shuchi part, outer cleanliness is there. How about the internal part? Is he clean? And thereby false ego. He has created a destruction. So simply that means this is one example which says just doing meticulously the sadhana will not fetch you anything. You need to purify within with having control of all these the humbleness, simplicity, tolerance, cleanliness, and give over the false ego, by which only your subtle body will get purified. Hare Krishna, just a minute.
Hare Krishna. I'm not able to hear anything. Mataji disconnected.
No, Prabhu. Mataji is on mute. She said just a minute.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, I got a call. So, yeah. So this is one example where it is citing that simply doing the sadhana is not enough. You need to simultaneously get purified in all aspects to become a good devotee, right? Yeah. Hare Krishna. Next.
Arunaksh Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna. Can you mark it, Mataji?
One should try to understand the distress of accepting birth, death, old age.
One should try to understand the distress of accepting birth, death, old age, and disease. There are descriptions in various Vedic literatures of birth. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, the world of the unborn, the child's stay in the womb, of the mother, its suffering, etc., are very graphically described. It should be thoroughly understood that birth is distressful because we forget how much distress we have suffered within the womb of the mother. We do not make any solution to the repetition of birth and death. Similarly, at the time of death, there are all kinds of sufferings, and they are also mentioned in the authoritative scriptures. These should be discussed. And as far as disease and old age are concerned, everyone gets practical experience. No one wants to be diseased, and no one wants to become old, but there is no avoiding this. Unless we have pessimistic view of this material life, considering the distresses of birth, death, old age, and disease, there is no impetus for our making advancement in spiritual life.
Yeah.
Hare
Hare Krishna. It is like once new dress is there, eventually when we wear it for certain amount of time, it will get torn. We will not have any what is a second thought of throwing it once it is torn and not in use and all. Similarly, the body is also the same. That acceptance one should get when we are practicing this Krishna consciousness.
Hmm.
Next.
As for detachment from children, wife, and home, it does not mean that one should have no feeling for this. They are natural objects of affection. But when they are not favorable to spiritual progress, then one should not be attached to them. The best process for making the home pleasant is Krishna consciousness. If one is in full Krishna consciousness, he can make his home very happy because this process of Krishna consciousness is very easy. One need only chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Accept the remnants of foodstuffs offered to Krishna. Have some discussion on books like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam and engage oneself in deity worship. These four things will make one happy. One should one should train the members of his family in this way. The family members can sit down morning and evening and chant together Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If one can mold his family life in this way to develop Krishna consciousness, following these four principles, then there is no need to change from family life to renounced life. But if it is not congenial, not favorable for spiritual advancement, then family life should be abandoned. One must sacrifice everything to realize or serve Krishna just as Arjuna did. Arjuna did not want to kill his family members, but when he understood that these family members were impediments to his Krishna realization, he accepted the instruction of Krishna and fought and killed them. In all cases, one should be detached from the happiness and distress of a family life because in this world, one can never be fully happy or fully miserable. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. See, what do you say? Family members are like extra feather on the cap. And what a bonding or karma equation between one soul and another soul, as long as the relationship will stay. And they are there as a gift of the God to do the service of the God. So our sadhana should be so great that our family members should get inspired by that and help us in doing the Krishna Bhakti. So likewise, it will help us. We need not forgive or forego anything to do the sadhana. So being within the family also, we can make a way to be a sincere and practicing devotee. Yes. How many paragraphs more, Mataji?
5, Mataji.
5. One more we will take, and tomorrow we'll continue with the next Mataji.
Mataji, more, no, Mataji, more top of this paragraph.
We have completed this, no, Prabhu?
You have to read from happiness and
Sorry,
distress.
sorry. Yes, sorry, Mataji. Happiness and distress are con- concomitant factors of material life. One should learn to tolerate, as advised in Bhagavad Gita. One can never restrict the coming and going of happiness and distress. So one should be detached from the materialistic way of life and be automatically equiposed in both cases. Generally, when we get something desirable, we are very happy, and when we get something undesirable, we are distressed. But if we are actually in the spiritual position, these things will not agitate us. To reach that stage, we have to practice unbreakable devotional service. Devotional service to Krishna without deviation means engaging oneself in the 9 processes of devotional service: chanting, hearing, worshipping, offering, respect, etc., as described in the last verse of the 9th chapter. That process should be followed. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So why it is important? I think we have come to 13th chapter. All these chapters, one thing Lord Krishna will be telling, I wanted a devotee who is equipoised in honor and distress, or he's humble, committed, and he's free from all sort of an entanglement, and he's think beyond birth and death, all those things, right? So if you can relate characteristics what Lord Krishna was describing from the beginning, here we are seeing it in an elaborated way, like how one can identify the Lord within by following these particular what do you say, the process by which step by step our soul is getting purified. Okay, I think hope will stop here. Mataji will continue from next paragraph tomorrow. Any
Okay.
questions till now? Hope I'm you're able to understand what I'm saying.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yesterday, I'm sorry, that was the first class, and suddenly I have to see. But yeah, anything from yesterday's class also, if you have anything you want me to repeat, or you want to understand, please, um, tomorrow you can say for yesterday's and today's class. Yeah, any doubts?
Mataji, can you give some more details about false ego and ego, Mataji?
False ego and ego. Okay, whatever. Prabhu, actually, if you remember in 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, that I all-time favorite, I can say, when Arjuna realizes that when he sees that Lord's Vishwarupa, like all the Kauravas were being put to death by the arrangement of the Lord. So where Arjuna is only a nimitta matram, right?
Yes, Mataji.
Till that time, he's been taming him from the very beginning. Do this, that, everything, yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, what not, everything, raja yoga, everything. But when at the sight of that, he has realized that everything in this universe, whatever the good and bad, and the decisions which are happening, is as per the arrangement of the Lord. He is the screenplay, director, producer, whatnot, everything for this movie, what we are going through. Okay. Once you have that, you will not be under any impression. I am the one who has invented this, because of me. This is this. I have made these people to come into this, or that I factor goes. Um, you will be the one of the facilitator for that particular thing to happen, but you're not the complete whole and soul person for that to happen. That we have to be in a mood every time, whenever we are achieving something or doing some seva, it is going successfully and all. It's not like a one person's this thing, I made this, I made, so that's not, it's a teamwork, and we have been fortunate enough by the mercy of the God that we have been placed in that particular position to give or take that particular decision which will benefit all the people. So that's what, hope I'm clear.
Yes, Mataji. It means like you're telling that I, like we are always like thinking that I made this. So that I factor is false ego here.
Yes, yes.
iPhone, I made my phone.
No,
Yes,
no,
ma'am.
like as a mother, also many of the times they say, no, I made my children sit and study hardly. I made them to fetch this, got into IIT or medicine or some other thing. I made them this. I made all those things. That's not I. So Krishna's position is that an intelligent mother is with their kids, facilitating them by giving the surrounding environment by which they can grow. You are a part of that team as a arrangement by Krishna. So we cannot take that proprietorship of that I created everything and I made this and all. I think this, why I told you this is majority time we try to listen to this, isn't it? And that is very good example, and bad examples are like our politicians. They say, I laid down this road, I
Yes,
laid down this,
Mataji.
I built this and all, then they will engrave their name on the foundation stone, whatnot, everything, and the material belongs to Krishna and resources belong to Krishna. What to say, Prabhu?
Yes, yes. Understood, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Hare
So,
Krishna.
Mataji, not about the chapter, Mataji. Just Mataji, I'm not able to find your YouTube video. I mean, this video, I can't find it on the YouTube, Mataji.
I didn't get a time to check where Lalita Machadi used to put that entire playlist. I've been doing the live in the science and spirituality yesterday's and
Science and
today's.
spirituality. Okay,
Yes.
okay, Mataji. Because some devotees didn't attend yesterday and some have not attended today, so they need the video. I'll get from that.
Yeah. Any more questions? Mataji using laptop or phone in Krishna's service. What is this?
That was an example she has given in some of the adjectives that we were learning. Mataji.
Or I didn't
Don't
get you,
remember the
Mataji.
exact one. The exact, we were learning all the
Steadiness.
things.
For
Steadiness.
steadiness, when you were asking no Mataji, that time that Mataji gave that example in steadiness.
Steadiness. Using the phone and laptop for?
Krishna's service.
Okay. For Krishna's service. So if there are no more questions, we'll end the session for today. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you, co-host and participant. See you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. Hare Krishna.